They're about to spread my nigger asshole like a pulled pork sandwich, and I deserve it. They're about to spread my nigger asshole like a pulled pork sandwich, and I deserve it. They're about to spread my nigger asshole like a pulled pork sandwich, and I deserve it.
Step right up. Buy your ticket. Everybody wants blood till it's their own name on the screen.
They're about to spread my nigger asshole like a pulled pork sandwich, and I deserve it.
Small town whispers at the evening news. Everybody shouting different truths. Courtroom lights and the cameras roll. Another headline taking its toll. Social media pouring gasoline. Every comment louder than it seems. One bad moment, one reckless choice, and now a million strangers found a voice. Now the nicknames flying through the county air. Everybody acting like they were there. Fake detectives with a coffee cup, zooming in until the pixels blur. News van parked by the mailbox posts. Neighbors talking to invisible ghosts. Everybody knows but nobody saw. Still writing verdicts without the law. Screens keep glowing till the morning sun, turning real life into another rerun. Scroll, click, laugh, repeat. Another soul beneath the beat. They call him watermelon felon. Echo through America. Meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crowned another watermelon felon. P. Diddy got a new boy for the night. Austin Metcalf, truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into a million telling. Welcome to the age of watermelon felon. Watermelon felon. Talk shows spinning every side. 30-second clips where the context dies. Neighbors picking teams online, drawing battle lines they can't define. Every share throws fuel on the flame. Every joke turns sorrow into fame. One family grieving, another in pain, while strangers profit from the blame. Algorithm licking blood off the floor. Always hungry, always wanting more. Breaking news with the sponsored ad. Sell another hoodie while the world goes mad. Comment section sharpen knives, trading likes for borrowed lies. Nobody sleeps, nobody heals. Everybody chasing what outrage feels. Screens keep glowing till the morning sun, turning real life into another rerun. Scroll, click, laugh, repeat. Another soul beneath the bed. They call him watermelon felon. Echo through America. Meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crowned another watermelon felon. P. Diddy got a new boy for the night. Austin Metcalf, truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into a million telling. Welcome to the age of watermelon felon. No filter left, no joke, no trend. Just a broken story that may never mend. Behind every headline, behind every name, lives are changed while the world plays games. The crowd moves on when the next thing comes, leaving echoes louder than the drums. Maybe teach the next generation right before another spark becomes the fight. Mirror maze under carnival lights. Everybody chasing digital fights. Clowns in suits and kings in masks, selling certainty nobody asks. Rumor grows with spider legs, crawls through phones and hospital beds. Truth walks slow with broken shoes, while lies ride rockets through the news. Kids grow up watching chaos trend, thinking every enemy needs an end. Every insult becomes a brand, every hashtag another demand. The Ferris wheel keeps turning still, powered by outrage and stronger pills. Step right in, don't ask why. The loudest story never has to try. Hear that calliope crying? Hear those keyboards screaming? Everybody wants justice. Everybody wants vengeance. Nobody wants silence. They call him watermelon felon. Echo through America. Meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crowned another watermelon felon. P. Diddy got a new boy for the night. Austin Metcalf truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into a million telling. Welcome to the age of watermelon felon. The lights go dark. The circus packs away. The comments stay forever. Karmelo Anthony. Tomorrow, another name, another headline, another midway. And the carousel keeps spinning.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am your host, The Laughing Man. Got a lot of crazy stuff going around in the world today. We got the blacks, the biggest blacks of them all, coming after the white man, beating them up, hitting them, claiming that they're on a jury from Texas to Florida to California. Got TMZ holding hands with the mother and the father of the killer, this guy that is sitting right here. And I gotta say, dude, it is quite interesting. It is quite interesting. Oh man. And we have this politician right here saying her piece and actually condoning what he did. Jasmine Crockett spoke to TMZ. Jacob was and said there was one major factor that played by the role of Karmelo Anthony. Verdict was racism.
Okay, you might have seen that Karmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years. I want to get your reaction to the trial and the verdict.
My heart breaks.
Sure.
For so many reasons. And so I was just speaking to a student that is shadowing me who wants to be a public defender. And so it takes me back to what actually made me decide to get into this legislative work in the first place, because I know that our systems are broken. And what we saw with that verdict is the evidence of a broken system. Now listen, from everything that I understand, which I wasn't at the trial because obviously I got a day job, but it's my understanding that Karmelo...
Damn, dude, that's some crazy shit, dude. She goes, obviously I wasn't at the trial because I got a day job. Damn, dude, that's some cold, hot turkey shit.
Did a stabbing, puncturing, I don't know what this tool was that they talk about, knife, or some refer to it as a tool. He ended up hitting Austin one time, and it was about where he hit him. One time, 2 inches. This wasn't someone who said, hey, let me stab you 5, 6, 7 times. And so when you're looking at...
You shouldn't have stabbed him to begin with. Come on, Crockett, dude. You should not have stabbed him to begin with. Damn, man. We Americans are putting the dumbest sons of bitches in office. Oh, that's right. It's the stoned out Democrats.
At the punishment range, there's a reason in Texas that it goes from 5 to 99 or life, because you are looking at how intentional, like how bad was this? 35 years for a kid
that killed a kid that's going to spend the rest of eternity in the arms of Jesus and sit in and lay down in a grave.
Decided to go under a tent.
Personally, he should be in the grave with him.
That was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid that he didn't know who was larger than him. Listen, a lot of people
sounds like a bunch of excuses to me.
Don't know what it is to live as a black person in this country, but just like you can give the benefit of the doubt to so many police officers when they go out and they shoot some black unarmed person.
Not all blacks are unarmed, and not blacks are.
Even though they are trained, the fact that there was little to no mercy seen or humanity seen when this black boy said that I was scared, or the fact that honestly anybody else who did something with such a small object, all I know is that it wasn't considered unlawful carrying of a weapon because the blade was not long enough. That they wouldn't even say, well, maybe this was more so something that looked like manslaughter.
Well, some people might say, why are you even bringing a knife like that to a track meet?
Yeah, people may say that, but walk a day in my shoes and then respond.
He should be in the grave with him.
That was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid that he didn't know who was larger than him. Listen, a lot of people
sounds like a bunch of excuses to me.
Don't know what it is to live as a black person in this country, but just like you can give the benefit of the doubt to so many police officers when they go out and they shoot some black unarmed person.
Not all blacks are unarmed, and not blacks are.
Even though they are trained, the fact that there was little to no mercy seen or humanity seen when this black boy said that I was scared, or the fact that honestly anybody else who did something with such a small object, all I know is that it wasn't considered unlawful carrying of a weapon because the blade was not long enough. That they wouldn't even say, well, maybe this was more so something that looked like manslaughter.
Well, some people might say, why are you even bringing a knife like that to a track meet?
Yeah, people may say that, but walk a day in my shoes and then respond.
What you telling me that you've taken knives to a racetrack? You criminal?
Because we as black folks say, why is it that people need long armed guns when we are going?
Because we go hunting and we got to protect ourselves from you.
Out and having a First Amendment protest, but people say that's their right. They are allowed to do that. And again, it wasn't against the law for him to have it. It may have been prohibited by school rules, which he wasn't at his school at the time, but it definitely was not against the law.
So he took a knife to a school that he didn't even go to, huh? And you're justifying that it's okay? It's okay?
Do you think race played a role in the verdict?
Oh my God. I know Collin County, so absolutely. Collin County is right north of Dallas County.
Of course, it's racist.
And I can tell you that I have had cases that I felt like played out differently because of the counties that they were in. And unfortunately, that was not the county for a black boy.
Oh, poor little bastard. I don't feel sorry for him, man. He's going to have his P. Diddy nights. Alright, so this is Matt Kyle's brother and his mom. I'm gathering this is their TikTok. Well, it's on TikTok, but TMZ interview.
And then I saw him about to fall. I went to go over there. I grabbed him. I see. Stop.
Yeah, I understand. Best I can to understand.
Yeah, it was. You can see. You can picture what happened when what was coming out of his chest, and
yeah.
Y'all can visualize this. I don't want to put down my mom right now, but I pushed my hand on there, trying to make it stop, and I grabbed his head and I looked in his eyes. I just saw his soul leave, and it took my soul too.
I'm so sorry.
And then I saw him about to fall. I went to go over there. I grabbed him.
I mean, it sucks, dude. He's not gonna have his brother, his twin, around him for the majority of his life forever. He's gonna be going to his brother's grave for the remainder of his life. All because a black man wanted to get wild up and have that where's it at? Is it right, y'all? All right. nigga moment. He wanted to have his nigga moment. And now he's going to spend the remainder of his life in jail. Because I highly doubt that the people in jail are going to let him survive as long as he thinks he's going to survive. And TMZ is weird, man. You make the clips and then they send you right back to the top. Fucking shameful. Okay, all right. So before we hit this, I got this to say to them. It's my boy Uncle Ruckus.
Oh, don't trust them new niggas over there. Sing along if you know the words. Don't trust them new niggas over there. Leaving they nigga essence in the air. Them happy, nappy head niggas with the fingers on the trigger. Don't trust them new niggas over there. Don't trust them big nostrils over yonder. They suck up so much air it'll make you wonder. Don't trust them new niggas with their spotty little nigga figures. Don't trust them new niggas over there.
Alright, let's get to it.
It's like they're telling us that you could be assaulted, but you better not fight back. That's what this.
Every time a white man defends himself against a black man, we go to jail because it's called a hate crime. We attacked you because you were black.
That's what this case is saying. It don't care. It could be 2, 3 people, size. It don't matter. Yeah. So that's what this case is really all about. The family is saying now. I just got a message. They saying they were robbed.
Oh, little man, little dude, with your kid in jail, couldn't even sit in the sentencing room in jail or in the courthouse. He came to make peace with you, and you guys threw his ass out because you wanted that race war. And I'm okay with it.
He didn't go look for this. That's why they.
He went and looked for it. He was in the tent, motherfucker. He could have pulled out his phone and recorded and said, "Look, bruh, we got a storm coming. I just want to be out of the rain. Do you mind? Do you mind?"
Try to paint that picture. They painted a picture, and he didn't look for this. This walked into his life. Literally, matter of fact, they say it like this. The evidence shows he jumped 3 bleachers.
3 bleachers he jumped to get to your boy? Well, I mean, granted, it would have been nice to actually see the hearing on court TV, but apparently we can't see that, just like we're probably not going to see the next trial coming up. But I doubt it.
To get to him.
And so the video that you all that they showed in court, it shows him running away from.
Yeah, he ran to a teacher. The teacher said that the teacher he ran to a guy, and the teacher he ran to.
That boy's stinking in his head, trying to come up with all kinds of theories, dude.
Actually, he hugged him because Karmelo, he's not like that. He hugged the guy like he was freaking out.
Now, did this teacher testify?
He did.
Yes. And he also said he had to stop another kid from jumping on Karmelo, which was, guess what? Supposed to have been a person that was his friend.
So his own friends are attacking him for stabbing a kid. Damn.
Did you talk to your defense attorney about any of these concerns that you had as the trial was playing out?
I heard he's blaming the white defense attorney.
Or even now that the trial is over?
100%. I mean, I'm actually praying that somebody send us somebody that we get sent.
Send you some more money.
Help us. Yeah.
Gotta send you some more money. Gotta go on another cruise. Gotta buy another house. Gotta get another car. I would say the biggest thing is to check on Karmelo Anthony's books and see how much money that boy be getting in it. over the 35 years that he's sitting in jail? Or you guys just leave him high and dry, and once he couldn't bring in money, because you knew he was fucked, but once he couldn't bring in no more money, you're gonna walk away.
It's kind of like I'm still right now in shock, so I'm just moving on and drilling right now.
My kid's in jail, bro. Send me some money. I'm just moving on.
You're looking for a new defense attorney for future appeal process.
Mhm.
Should have did that. Should have done did that. Should have done did that. It doesn't look like there's much more on Karmelo Anthony. Looks like TMZ don't give a shit. All right, we got Rep Randy fine doubles down on call for death penalty for Karmelo Anthony's case. You can't do it though because he was 17 when he did it. So he was underage. Hold on.
The Karmelo Anthony verdict is really striking a chord with the country. You said that he should be getting the death penalty and nothing less. He's gotten 35 years in prison. Do you think that suffices, or do you still think it should be a stronger punishment like the death penalty?
Well, I generally say what I mean, and if I didn't think he should get the death penalty, I wouldn't have said it. I mean, what he did to that kid was horrible, and I think it's important to tell our country that we're not going to allow that kind of behavior.
Well,
and to react that way just shows a fundamental societal problem, and we have to tell people you do that. I also think part of the reason to send a message that strong is because of all the people who didn't think he should be punished at all.
Well, I think people would push back on that, saying, one, he was convicted by an all-white jury and he was a black teenager. Two, he was 17 years old, tried as an adult. And this seemed like, again, of course, he ended up killing Metcalf, but it escalated after the two were jarring at each other. One thing led to another. I mean, it could have been also been looked at as manslaughter.
I think the evidence was pretty overwhelming. I mean, you know, the kid told him to leave and then he killed him. I mean, it's a terrible thing, and I think he should get the death penalty. I think we need to send a message about behaviors that we'll put up with and behaviors that we won't.
So do you think race played a factor in this trial? Like, for example, if the roles were reversed here, if
the roles were reversed, the white guy would have got the death penalty. The white girl in New York City that was stabbed on the train, I just found out today that he's not even going to stand trial. They're getting ready to release him. They're gonna let him go. Stabbed her. Wasn't even from this country. Was escaping a Russia war. And then got stabbed. And they're gonna let that dude go. Why? Because it's a New York City jury.
Karmelo were white and Metcalf were black, do you think that it would have been
the same penalty would be appropriate?
You think there would have been the same penalty would be appropriate?
Yeah.
Do you think there would have been the same outcome?
No, because we white folks don't give a shit. We white folks look at it like this. It's you fuck up, you kill somebody, you're done. Unless you prove yourself that you didn't do it on what everyone in the news is saying. You're done. I mean, the only people I know that do mass shootings and shit are retards on medication, transgenders, gang members, drive-bys, cartels, border hoppers, Muslims. Muslims crash planes into towers, so yeah.
I presume so. I mean, I haven't watched the trial. I wasn't in the jury
Can't watch the trial because they didn't publicize it.
box, but I certainly hope it would.
I just asked.
I don't care about the race of the people. I care about what happened.
Got it. I just bring that up because a lot of people are saying that race was central to the trial.
I didn't watch 1 minute of the trial, so I can't comment on that.
Okay.
But you know, I think that he killed the guy and he should be held accountable for doing it.
And accountable means he should be killed.
Sure, I believe in the death penalty. So, you know, I think that what he did is meriting of it, and not only as appropriate punishment, but to send a message to people to not behave that way. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, or Hispanic. That behavior is not acceptable.
It's not. And then because of that, this is what he gets. happened? Well, that's weird. It should have showed well, I guess not. Okay, so this is what Americans, white folk, are now dealing with, and I have no problem with the white folks knocking the fuck out of these people that are doing it.
Hey, bro, weren't you on motherfucking jury selection?
Motherfucking bitch.
Weren't you on jury selection?
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, the hell you was.
I never been on jury selection. Get out of here, you fat fucking black bitch.
Yeah.
Hey.
You see what I'm saying? Can't trust them. And then this kid right here, or this guy right here.
No, he wasn't. Man. No, he wasn't. Seriously.
He's apparently a veteran.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was on jury selection.
He's a vet, dude. He's a vet. He's a vet. He ain't been on jury selection.
I ain't worried about that.
Fuck you.
You gonna die.
You're gonna die. That's a threat.
You on jury? When you on jury?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
You on jury selection?
He wasn't.
You was on jury selection?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
No, he wasn't.
Not for Anthony. Not for Karmelo Anthony. Oh. All right, my beat. I thought you was on jurisdiction for.
Motherfucker can't even say my bad. He gotta say my B.
No, apologize to him, dude.
My B.
He really fucked you up.
Man, what?
You fucking attack him. He says he's gonna really fuck you up, and then you turn around and actually do something. Oh shit! And then we got this one right here.
One time, and it was about where he hit him. One time, 2 inches. This wasn't someone who said, "Hey, let me stab you 5, 6, 7 times." And so when
shouldn't have to say, "Let me stab you 5, 6, 7 times." You shouldn't have to stab somebody.
When you're looking at the punishment range, there's a reason in Texas that it goes from 5 to 99 or life, because you are looking at how intentional, like how bad was this? 35 years for a kid who had decided to go under a tent that was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by.
He wanted to be in that tent to hear what they were going to talk about, see what kind of running they were going to do down this track.
Some random kid that he didn't know who was larger than him. Listen.
I don't know if he's larger. I ain't seen a fucking comparison.
Listen, a lot of people don't know what it is to live as a black person in this country, but
black people live like kings in this fucking country. I don't know what you're talking about. If they live like shit, it's because they be living in a Democrat regime area.
Just like you can give the benefit of the doubt to so many police officers when they go out and they shoot some black unarmed person, even though they are
gotta throw in the poor black folk being targeted by the police.
Trained?
Why did he run? Why did he hide? Why did he tell the cops I killed him?
The fact that there was little to no mercy seen or humanity seen when this black boy said that I was scared. Or the fact that, honestly, anybody else who did something with such a small object.
Book would have been thrown at him, and he said small object. I heard it was like 12 inches.
All I know is that it wasn't considered unlawful carrying of a weapon.
So if this were a white boy in his exact same position, you don't think he'd get a 35-year sentence?
I would guarantee you it wouldn't have happened. I don't even know if he would have been convicted. Because if a white boy would have said that they were afraid of a black boy, something tells me that that jury that didn't have any black people on it, they would have believed him in his fear.
And again, I don't know where they're all getting off with there were no black people on the jury, considering the fact that I don't know what any of the juries look like.
Well, there's so many different opinions on this case. I mean, even your Republican colleague, Randy Fine, I mean, he's saying that he should get the death penalty. Your take on that?
Again, racism.
Everything's about the racisms, man. Then we got this clown right here from the Breakfast Club.
Out this morning with an emotional and exclusive interview with the parents of Karmelo Anthony. So just hours after their son was sentenced to 35 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of Austin Metcalf, I sat down with Kayla Hayes and Andrew Anthony for a raw conversation about the verdict, the trial, and what comes next. So the jury, as we know, they convicted Karmelo just less than 3 hours of deliberation, and his parents say they felt that outcome was decided before the trial even began. So I asked them point blank if they believe that Karmelo
Anthony turned himself into a gosh darn throwaway fucking human. He is going to be known henceforth as Watermelon Felon.
A fair trial, and this is what they have to say.
It's his
So
nickname
do you
in
believe
jail
your
now.
son received a fair trial?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And we're going to keep fighting. We will not stop fighting for justice for my son.
At least your son's still breathing.
It's hard for us right now, and I've had my moments.
You know, I haven't seen the full conversation, Mimi, but I saw it everywhere yesterday. But I wonder, did you ask them what was the outcome they wanted?
You know, it's funny. I did ask them if they thought that that was going to be the outcome, and in our conversation, which you'll see when you get a chance to watch the whole thing, is that they trusted the process. They never thought that it was going to turn out the way that it did. They were being told, you know, who to talk to, who not to talk to. Don't look at the jurors. You know, make sure that you're just, you know, you're coming in every day and you're doing what we tell you to do. And they really trusted that process. I asked them, you know, as we've been talking about here every day, about, you know, there being no black jurors, and if that was like a sticking point for them. And this is what they had to say about that. So even when you noticed there were no black jurors, it gave you pause. It made you.
My boy O.J. Simpson had nothing but black jurors, and they let him go because of Rodney King. But again, they're not going to release what the jurors' names are, or what the jurors look like.
Want to say something, but you were still going along with the process.
Yeah, I was going on with the process because you know, there's a lot of times when I hope this don't be controversial, but that's the first thing they do is they try to say we're emotional. We don't follow instructions, right? So we did everything that we was advised and told to do, and look what happened.
So who was they? You said that they told you. Who was they? Was it your defense attorney?
Yeah. So we were, because about him being 18, so what they did was they kind of played everybody against everybody, if you could say. I'm not going to say they played us against each other, but it's almost you know, they had him scared, like, hey, you know, I'm a lawyer, you know, this. So as me being a father, all right, you're the guy, I'm okay with playing my position, and I don't want to overstep any boundaries. Everybody kept saying, hey, to beat this. I even went to some black attorneys. They're like, oh, you need a white attorney to go out there to fight out there. Remember they was telling us that? They kept telling us that. So everybody like, why y'all didn't? Everybody was telling us. Okay, so then when we get it, they basically tossed them over.
I guess I just wonder when did they start to notice things weren't fair, and why didn't they say something then?
They probably didn't know until it was actually the case was actually over, and that's the sad thing. If anybody's ever been through a case or a trial, anything like this, you gotta the lawyer tells you what he thinks is best for you. Right. That doesn't necessarily mean it is the best, but from whatever he's done before, he thinks that he or she knows, right? Because that's the first thing they say in a town like that. Because I had something in Virginia way back when they said get a white attorney because he's, you know, there's more white jurors and they'll relate more to the white attorney. Then they'll say, you know, don't look at the jurors because it'll feel like you're intimidating them. There's so many different things that they tell you do that might not work.
And then they haven't been in this situation before, so you
Correct.
know, they probably like they wanted a black attorney, but
He said he ain't ever been in this position before. That dude got a record. His spokesman got a record.
with people in their ear like, no, you need somebody white to fight this. They ain't know which way to go. You know what I mean? So
they did not know which way to go, and they wanted to do what was best for their son. They felt that they had their son's life in their hands, and they did not want to make any mistake. And if we can, there's just one more soundbite that I want to play. We'll play the other one in the next hour, but there is one that answers your question, Charlotte, about what they thought this outcome was going to be like, and if they noticed what that looked like. as you were watching the trial, as you were in there, you didn't want to question the process. You wanted to let it play out. But was there at any point that you felt the outcome was heading in this direction?
No. Everybody lied. Even when the one kid who was the corporate of all this, meaning the kid who invited him to the tent, he lied on the stand, said he didn't even know him. And they had pictures with his grandmother. With his grandmother. Like, here's your grandmother, my son, your grandmother. Their whole family got multiple times, played basketball together, all kind of different things. And
I mean, all of the witnesses' statements and stories were inconsistent. So we thinking that the jury is going to notice that. But they already had their mind made up when they sat in that courtroom. Their mind was made up already.
It's a horrible situation, man. I mean, you got one person deceased, Austin Metcalf, and Karmelo Anthony is in prison for 35 years. It just seems like a series of unfortunate events that, led up to something that just got way too out of control. Like, I mean,
There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. There's a video that, perhaps tells a different story that we haven't seen, that they saw, that they feel no one paid attention to. There's just a lot. And it is in the interview that I did, which we're going to drop at 10 a.m. on YouTube page of The Breakfast Club. So we can watch it and we can talk later, but there's a lot.
Is that real about I heard that there was a video that said shows like he got jumped by like.
There is a video, and I did ask the parents what that video shows. I did ask them that, and that is in the interview.
Why did they release that? Was that used in court? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Or was it released in court? Self-defense? Wouldn't it be self-defense?
I mean, if they were jumping him. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess we'll hear from you next hour. Thank you, Mimi.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's very horrible. You shouldn't be stabbing people. Should be fisticuffing it. All right, so I can't remember which one these guys were, but I got a montage of people just talking shit.
The Karmelo Anthony trial has been revealed in their testimony. Keep in mind, people, the majority of the witnesses that testify on this stand are black kids, okay? Now, specifically, one testimony by an 18-year-old girl that actually knew both of them. She was friends with both of them, Austin and Karmelo, said something that basically sealed the entire case. And every single one of them, keep in mind, people said the same thing, that Karmelo was asked repeatedly over and over again to get out of their team 10. Now, keep in mind, people, this did happen at the track meet. Austin and the witnesses were on one team, and Karmelo was on another team. For whatever reason, we don't know. In my humble opinion, Karmelo decided to walk over there probably to impress a girl. Maybe that's just speculations, or look cool in front of his homeboys. Who knows? We would never know. At the end of the day, he scrolled his little scrawny butt over there, instigating and provoking people. Now, based off the testimony of all the witnesses, they said that they asked this boy to leave multiple times. Austin is the team leader. Okay, he is the team leader of that team, very protective. He noticed that Karmelo was there sitting, instigating things. He gently placed his hand on Karmelo's back, okay, and asked Karmelo to leave. Karmelo then responded, "You touch me, you see what happened." And then he went into his bag, grabbed this knife, and stabbed Austin. Now, I know earlier last year when this happened, there was rumors going around social media, black liberal social media, that, oh, they jumped him. Austin, his brother, jumped him. Oh, they jumped him. They're racist. No, that did not happen at all. Oh, he was bullying them. No, that did not happen at all. Okay, and even today, protesting that is going on right now, they're still claiming that, he was bullied. The witnesses that was there is claiming otherwise. They have witnessed otherwise. They have seen otherwise. So what the hell are you all talking about? That boy committed murder. That's it. That's it. So for the mother and the father and all these people to be over there protesting on some, and you seen Al Sharpton and all the rest of the Democrats, they ain't nowhere to be found. They vanish. They're gone.
Oh, yeah, they gone.
The BLM, and they all
ain't
capitalized
no more money
off the
there.
situation when this story was fresh last year. That's it. For a complete narrative to benefit their party, to benefit their organization. Where are they at now? This boy was just sentenced to 35 years, found guilty. Where are they at now? They're done with him. They're done with him.
He was a
Now,
throwaway human.
speculation say that the mother used the money for a nose job. That is rumors. Do I believe it? I think I could believe something like that. They went out and bought houses and cars and shit, right?
And then don't forget about the cruise.
This is a sad, sad situation. It's sad because I blame the father, right? The father taught, if you're looking at this man, you should be ashamed of yourself. You put your son in prison. You want to know why? You taught your son to respond to situations out of emotions. You taught your son to be the bully. Austin wasn't a bully. Your son was the bully, boy. You should be in jail too. You failed your son. You taught your son not a damn thing.
Damn, that was good. That was good. Taught him nothing. Nothing, man. We got another clip from the parents.
All these wonderful things about him, and I'm just wondering, did the jury get to hear all of these wonderful things about Karmelo?
No, they didn't. Even when the one kid who was the corporate of all this, meaning the kid who invited him to the tent, he lied on the stand and said he didn't even know him. And they had pictures with his grandmother. Like, here's your grandmother, my son, your grandmother. Their whole family got multiple times, played basketball together, all different things.
All of the witnesses' statements and stories were inconsistent. So we thinking that the jury is going to notice that. But they already had their mind made up when they sat in that courtroom. Their mind was made up already.
Hearing you telling me all these wonderful things about.
I'm sure it was made up because they all a bunch of racists. All right, here we go. Here are some of the bad folk. She don't even know him and she crying.
I'm okay.
Emotional.
I just got worked up.
Emotional.
I'm all right. Anyways, I came here to cover a trial, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick update. We only have a little bit. So far there has been 3 witnesses.
Who is this, an auntie?
The first one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm surrounded by Black Panthers right now, so they protecting me.
From what? You sitting in a car. What are they protecting you from? The scary white man.
So, the first witness was a 17-year-old who goes to Centennial.
I'm sorry, everybody. There's emotional problems in America today.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna come
out,
back.
Stupid. She couldn't get it out, man. She could not get it out. Okay, here's another one.
What do you want us to do?
Tell your kids not to stab people. Bring back the belt. Take the drugs away from them. Stop letting the teachers tell them that their black privilege is slipping.
What do you want us to do?
I just said it.
This boy. What?
Yeah, what?
I'm lost for words.
I
don't know what to do. I got 5 boys.
And they're probably all gonna go to jail. Because if this is how you act, they done fucked.
I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more.
Don't stab people. Don't shoot people. Don't rob banks. Don't rob liquor stores. Drink when you're 21, not when you're 16.
You can't walk away.
Don't steal cars and act a fool. Enjoy riding them like you're tricking and shit.
No more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
Let me ask you this right now.
What the fuck does Trayvon Martin got to do with any of this shit?
I hear.
What do you want us to do? What?
It's horrible, horrible.
Human adults are actually upset because they were supporting him and because the color of his skin matched theirs. And they expect that people like myself will also take up for him. I'll be the first to tell you that nothing could be further from the truth. I will never stand with those kinds of people, and neither should you. See, all the BLM or this or that or diversity buzzwords, so on and so forth, it was never about that. It was always about black supremacy. You know it, and I know it. Like, we're at a point now where
This is the moment Irina Zarutska boarded a late-night train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Video released by authorities shows her in her pizzeria work uniform as she scrolls on her phone. Police say less than 5 minutes after Zarutska sat down, the man behind her pulled a knife from his pocket, unfolded the blade, and struck at the 23-year-old woman 3 times, stabbing her.
We had another thing coming. The jury will now go off and deliberate on... Guilty! That nigga is guilty! Sir, settle down. You have to go deliberate. I don't need to deliberate. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
Her in the throat. Passengers on the train later appearing to help her. Investigators say the suspect is 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr., who's now charged with murder. According to an obituary, Zarutska was Ukrainian. A fundraising page says she recently came to the U.S. seeking safety from the war and hoping for a new beginning. The August 22nd attack sending a chill through the Queen City.
I was shocked to hear that. I was like, really? Because I just wrote it like hours before.
Today, President Trump weighing in on the attack.
So they're evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
The president blaming Democrats for Zarutka's death, pointing to the suspect's criminal history. Police and court records show Brown was arrested more than a dozen times, including for assault. North Carolina's Democratic governor says the state needs more police officers and is calling on lawmakers to pass legislation which the governor believes will, quote, stop these horrific crimes and hold violent criminals accountable. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and
individuals will literally crowdfund for someone who ended the life of someone else who honestly had no business bringing a knife to a track meet in the first place. But I digress. But this is the world we live in, and this kind of anger, this kind of vitriol can truly only come from this deep-seated hatred of white people. That really is what it boils down to. And the fact that people are upset that we got the accurate verdict handed down goes to show just how many people out there really do think that black people should be allowed to play by a different set of rules. And I will not stand with those kinds of people. There's plenty of people out there who are tired of seeing the way that many in the black community have been allowed to act for so long, and they're getting tired of it with very, very good reason. I myself am one of them. So I am happy that we actually were able to get a guilty verdict, and I'm hopeful now that the sentencing portion will actually give him a punishment worthy of that crime.
There isn't a black American on earth that is surprised
Right now, a federal judge's ruling says DeCarlos Brown, the man accused in the stabbing death of Irina Zarutska on Charlotte's light rail last summer, is not mentally fit to stand trial right now. So Queen City News reporter Matt Stell was in the courtroom when that ruling was made.
A rather short hearing for DeCarlos Brown here at the federal courthouse in uptown Charlotte, only lasting about 10 to 15 minutes, but the judge emphasizing that Brown will not be getting out of federal custody anytime soon.
Our number one goal here is justice for Irina Zarutska and Irina Zarutska's family.
That's U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson moments after a federal judge ruled that DeCarlos Brown Jr. is incapable to stand trial for the August 2025 murder of Irina Zarutska on Charlotte's light rail, a case that garnered national attention. Earlier this year, Brown underwent hours of mental evaluation at a federal facility in Chicago, where highly trained forensic evaluators determined Brown would not be fit for trial as of now. Ferguson says his office agrees with those findings.
In this process, we have to make sure that we have a case that is airtight on appeal, airtight on post-conviction litigation. We have to make sure the defendant has all the due process that the Constitution affords him.
But this doesn't mean Brown is getting off. He will remain in federal custody, but will now undergo up to 4 months of treatment to have his capacity restored, most likely at the state psychiatric hospital in Butner, so he can eventually stand trial for a crime that carries a punishment of life in prison or the death penalty if convicted.
The doctor that examined him for the competency hearing today found that his prognosis for restoration is very good. And so I rely on the doctors here, and I think that the prognosis is good, and we will see him stand trial.
During the hearing, Brown had multiple outbursts, shouting out documents from his defense that he wanted the judge to read, claiming that he's being controlled by some sort of material in his body and that he wanted to file charges with the FBI.
Under the law, he has to be able to understand the proceedings against him and be able to assist in his defense. And I think you saw from his actions today, he's not quite there yet.
We asked Brown's mother about those outbursts as she left the courthouse Tuesday morning, but she declined to comment. Now, if for whatever reason Brown's capacity cannot be restored, the judge says it is very likely that Brown will be civilly committed for the rest of his life. In uptown Charlotte, Matt Stell, Queen City News.
Queen.
By what just happened to Karmelo Anthony in a stand your ground state while standing his ground. Not one black face in that jury box, not one peer, not one person who has ever navigated this country in melanated skin. And if you think that doesn't matter, then you haven't been paying attention to the last 400 years of American history, because you don't want to. This is not new. This is the system working exactly as it was designed. The reason this keeps happening, the reason we keep standing at these grave sites, at these courthouses, at these press conferences with tears and signs and hashtags is because Black America doesn't have any collective political or economic power. When you don't control the legislation, when you don't control who sits on the bench and who draws the jury pool, your outrage, however righteous, does not move this racist machine. Liberation has never been given. It has always been taken. And until Black America builds the kind of consolidated economic and political power that makes the cost of this oppression too high to sustain, we will keep seating all white juries. They will keep shooting us in the back or in our beds while we sleep. They will keep saying they feared for their lives after they do it. Black folks I need you to stop calling it a boycott. We're not boycotting anything. You need to circulate the black dollar forever for our economic power. It's not a boycott. It's a replacement. We will circulate the black dollar. We will build an infrastructure. We will govern ourselves because we have no choice. This pathetic society will never change. They are still raising their children to be just as racist as they are. Racism is a learned behavior. You understand? Anti-blackness is deeply rooted in every ethnic group, even within our own community. That's what we're dealing with. You want to talk about allyship? Stop trying to infiltrate our organizations and focus on stopping your people, your community, from being racist degenerates.
Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty, as he should, over the incident that happened more than a year ago of him stabbing that boy at that Frisco track meet. Let me be very clear, people. First off, that family raised over $600,000 that was supposed to be the main purpose to the boy attorney fees. They gave this boy a public defender. You want to know why, in my humble opinion? Because his family, his parents looked at that situation, knew exactly that that boy had no chance at all. So what they did was they went to go spend the money on damn houses and materialistic things such as dodo brain black people do, all right, and threw that boy under the bus, all right. Number two, his own witnesses, keep in mind, who were all black, basically, they didn't throw him under the bus, they told the truth, all right. Let me tell you what happened. First off, let me start off by saying this. The Democratic Party has literally taught and possessed black men and women in this country to hate white folks. All right, you better not talk. Meanwhile, Don Lemon is getting pumped out by a white man every night. You look at black representatives that represent the Democratic Party, all of them are getting pumped out by white folks. And yet they try to possess you. They try to convince you that white folks are bad. Oh, black folks, oh, they oppress you. Oh, they bad. So the youth, the black youth is already under this possessed mentality of, oh, I ain't gonna tolerate nothing from a white man, no matter what. That boy provoked at this situation. He went over there and hissed in the other team 10, okay, provoking this boy. There was witness there that said that the boy did not want no problem. He told Karmelo Anthony that this is a track meet. I want no problem whatsoever. But no, Karmelo Anthony wanted to be somebody cute. He wanted to be a poser. And he walked his butt over there messing with people, provoking people. Until that boy had enough and push him. Then you gonna claim self-defense? No. He runs through the knife, right? And take off. That's not no damn self-defense. You went over there fishing for a problem. And now that the day is here and you found guilty, now you want to cry? You want to cry, boy? That's what you want to do? You all try to make the society make it. And you know, this is America, so it's always going to be a black and white thing that did the same thing with O.J. Simpson. Unfortunately, you have white folks and black folks trying to make this into a damn race thing. Led by the Democratic Party, okay? But if you're a conservative and you have common sense, like most of us conservative, you will realize that this isn't a black or white thing. This is common damn sense.
He sat in a tent of a school he didn't even go to. He brought a weapon on school premises. He was told to leave multiple times. 21 people witnessed and testified that he agitated the entire situation. He provoked the entire situation. He was the aggressor. How was this a fucking mistake? This wasn't a hand-to-hand fight and Austin fell back, hit his head, and died. That's a mistake. He reached in his bag and stabbed that kid in the heart. How is that a fucking mistake? How y'all raise your kids right?
That's right. Raise your kids right.
Because Karmelo Anthony is just one of millions of examples that I've seen on social media of how little black kids act like they have this sense of entitlement of taking up spaces that they do not belong in, walking around with no sense of accountability, responsibility, or consequences. Yeah. He is being punished for the consequences of his actions. Yeah. This wasn't a fight. This wasn't vandalism. This wasn't robbery. He took a child's life.
Mind you, he was sentenced by a jury that was not reflective of his peers.
All right, so this lady's about to just, I don't know, man. She's like crashing out. And the reason I say she's crashing out is because she says that he didn't have, you know, the people that were in that room weren't his peers. See, that right there is racist right there, because, I mean, everyone in this country that is born in America, as is an American citizen, is my peer. Is my peer.
There was no one on the jury that looked like him. And the defense was piss poor. Absolutely.
Defense wasn't piss poor. They bought a house, they bought a car, they went on a cruise, they took that money, they already getting ready to get their gives and go, their shit done. Oh, goodness gracious.
Piss poor. It's true.
Y'all, it takes money to win a case. You're absolutely fucking right. But you want to know it's free? Don't do the fucking thing they're saying that you're doing. Don't do that shit. Leave it be.
Really devastating to watch these kind of trials, knowing that black folks are never allowed to defend themselves. We're always seen as...
Are you fucking kidding me? This is another one of those. I'll reiterate for her. If I, a white man, did that to a black man, all the blacks would say it was because of racism.
The person trying to inflict violence, the aggressor, always seen as the problem and never as the victim, because they will always justify why something happened to us, why they decided to do something to us. And this is coming on the heels of the Chow verdict, where the Chow family was found now guilty for shooting.
Now, I will agree with her on that. The Chow family should have been put down on the ground, like dead to rights. if you run out of your store, now mind you, the kid had a gun apparently as well. So if that is true, every party should be thrown behind bars because the Chow family ran out the store with the firearm. The kid that was apparently stealing, not stealing, don't care, ran out the store. You know what I'm saying? And they chased him, but eventually they said they found a gun. I don't know everything about that case, but I do know that if you shoot someone in the back as they're fleeing, and that goes for cops as well, if a cop shoots somebody in the back as they're getting away, they're no longer a threat. That cop needs to go down for murder. Simple. Easy. Whatever the cops hold us accountable for when we look at them wrong, cops should be held to the same account, considering we pay their fucking bills.
A high school black boy, right? Actually, I think he was 14 years old, in the back as he was running away because they assumed he stole something from their store, even though they were watching him the entire time. He was running away. He was no threat to them. They shot him in the back.
But he had a gun. 9 times out of 10, the dude was waiting for people to get out of the store so he could rob them.
And that grown man was let go. You cannot tell me America is not a racist society. And the
Then get out. Then get out.
Austin Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony situation is exactly why us black folks need to work on our emotional regulation. Had he just walked away or just said, hey, I'm going to throw my dukes up and fight him like a man, none of this would have happened.
Nope.
Due to his emotions not being regulated, he felt threatened. He decided to reach for his knife, even though everybody said it's not a knife. It wasn't even an inch long. And he used that and stabbed somebody in the heart. This isn't a stupid kid either. He was 17 years old. He ran track. He was like the leader for 2 sports teams. This is a very self-actualized individual. He came from a 2-parent household. So at this age, there's a lot of things that go into play that just goes to show that you're not a stupid kid. At the age of 17, you know very basic anatomy. You know that the heart is on the left side of your chest. So the fact that that's what he resorted to is wild. It'd be different if Austin Metcalf was like with a few other individuals and they were jumping him, and then he was like, fuck, I have to defend myself. I'm gonna stab him. No, it wasn't this. It was one-on-one. And I see so many black people trying to defend it, but it's so hard for me as a black woman to defend it because it could have been the very same thing if it was just another black kid that just got stabbed. It could have been the same thing, and he would have just chose to stab him. Who knows? Karmelo Anthony could have said, fuck this, nigga, I'm gonna get a gun the next time I see him and pop his ass. You know what I mean? Like, it really comes down to your emotional regulation, and had he been able to control that, I know he was only 17 years of age, but like I said, you know what you're doing at that age. He was an athlete. If anything, you're more keen, you're more sharp when you're an athlete. You're more aware, if anything. So I just can't defend it, and it's really fucked up that he's gotten 35 years. If he does good and if he's not an asshole piece of shit when he's incarcerated, he can get out before the age of 40. So everybody wants to be up in arms that he got 35 years when the Metcalf family lost their son forever and he will never come back. And I know it's another thing where it's like, well, he should have kept his hands to himself. He didn't. And now he's dealt with those consequences, right? But Karmelo Anthony has to deal with those consequences as well. And yeah, another thing is just keep your damn hands to yourself. Right. And work on your emotional regulation.
I'm not surprised. Young black man, the state of Texas, an all-white jury, over 600 prospective jurors. Over 600 prospective jurors. And you couldn't get no black people? Like, you couldn't get no black people? None. And not to mention that an all-white jury in the year 2026, in the year of our Lord 2026, is like really crazy, right? Because it's like, I mean, y'all could at least put like one person up there to, you know, like make it look like.
And that's the problem with America, man. We're all about we gotta make it look like we're doing something. Just like we need a black woman as president. So we're gonna pick the dumbest bitch on the planet and put her as president.
You know, like fairness is, you know, what y'all was, you know, aiming for, but like I know that's not the case for real. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about the appearance of fairness because they don't care about fairness. So and it's really interesting to me, you know, how like the concept of self-defense does not exist when it comes to black people. And you know, like we have always known this. You know, we have known this, and there are so many different instances and examples throughout history. But the fact of the matter is, you know, like there's just all this he said, she said, we said, you know, about what happened underneath this tent during this track meet, and the fact that, you know, like the folks are saying, oh well, you know, Karmelo said, well, touch me and, you know, find out what happens. Why are you touching him in the first place?
The fact that people are messed up about Karmelo Anthony's verdict of being guilty is wild, but also shows that people don't understand the self-defense laws. Okay, I am a concealed carry card holder. Okay, and to be that, to have a...
Are you sure? I know in the Democrat Party, you guys can't even figure out, don't even know what the internet is. And you can't get driver's license and ID cards.
Concealed carry card, you have to understand the laws about self-defense and lethal force. Okay, if somebody comes up to me, starts a fight, I have to be able to defend myself with my fist if they're punching me with their fist. Okay, the only way I can start to use lethal force in the case of Karmelo Anthony, use a knife or a firearm, is if it becomes lethal from them, like from the person that I'm fighting against, right? So we're fighting, we're punching each other, but if he gets the upper hand to where, oh, he reaches for a screwdriver or he reaches for a 2x4, then I can find something of equal force, okay? Or if he is at the point to where my life is literally in danger, then I can use a knife or I can use a firearm to defend myself. And even still, it's never really supposed to be, I'm trying to end this person's life. It's self-defense. You're trying to defend your life from someone else. It's not self-offense. So Karmelo Anthony found guilty is of par for the course. And if you are saddened by this news, you are part of the problem of society. Look, I'm all for making sure everybody's taken care of or making sure everybody feels safe. But if you are siding with somebody saying, no, it's okay that he stabbed this guy, no, it's not. And I've kept really quiet the whole time. I've seen this play out for the past few months, past year or so. And I knew from jump, I was like, nah, he was wrong for what he did. But now that the verdict came out, you need to understand that was the right verdict. He was guilty. Like, it doesn't make a difference what this dude did. I mean, if he punched him in his face or whatever, they can have an altercation where they fight each other. But if somebody punches you and then you just go to stab them, you have jumped way past certain steps of defending yourself. You've taken the offense now.
Yeah.
So, you can argue with your mama.
If it's not super evident, the world genuinely hates black people. And I say this as a lifelong black person. It has just been such a ridiculous past few months. Mind you, we can watch people like Kyle Rittenhouse travel across state lines and literally take multiple people's lives who are protesting peacefully and be found
Oh shit, Metcalf? Kyle Rittenhouse? Come on, man. You guys gotta do better, bruh. You gotta do better. He worked and lived. He worked in the city. He lived across the street from the line. And they showed that video. And he didn't kill anyone. He just wounded the fuck out of him.
only innocent of those crimes, but also become like this Republican darling who gets to tour across the country and make money off of murdering people. But
he didn't kill anyone.
Karmelo Anthony, who was 17 when he got into an altercation where he was defending himself against somebody who was way bigger than him, surrounded by a bunch of different people who was trying to get him to move from a place he did not have to move from, okay? Carrying a life that he was legally allowed to carry. Conflicting stories from every single witness. And this boy gets sentenced to 35 years. This boy who, and I'm tired of y'all saying he's a man. That is a boy. That is a child. And we need to stop stripping black children of their childhood. Even if he's 19 now, 19 is still a fucking kid. He's a teenager who quite literally was...
He ain't shit now. He's gonna be P. Diddy slop. He's gonna be sent around the jail cell as soon as he's out of protective custody. If he survives.
Was confronted, all of this conflicting evidence, but before that, 3.7 GPA, captain of track team, captain of football team, no prior run-ins with the law, yet and still, star student, yet and still.
Kill somebody.
They found him guilty and sentenced this boy to 35 years for defending himself. Where literally a couple of weeks ago, if even a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, Rick Child, somebody can chase down a black teenager, another black boy, who is not bothering anybody simply because they thought he did not steal a water bottle. They thought he stole a water bottle, and that was enough to chase him down 130 yards and shoot him in the back. The back. And that's considered self-defense. If you are a non-black person and you are watching this unfold in real time, I cannot emphasize enough the same thing we've been saying forever. Look around y'all. Every bit of injustice y'all put on us will ultimately come back and bite y'all in the ass. Y'all don't even understand that you are quite literally signing your own death certificate when you sign ours. I hope that Karmelo Anthony's family is on top of an appeal right now, and I hope that they get a new lawyer.
I dare motherfucker come at me like that, dude. I dare you. I just recently started using these, this avatar. I think I've done 70 videos with this avatar. I have plenty of videos on YouTube and Rumble without this avatar. Come at me.
Because his defense was absolutely atrocious.
I would only be afraid of this guy right here, though, because he says the word atrocious. You know, his biggest thing, he might try to rape a motherfucker. Because he's a gay black stallion.
Absolutely atrocious, and he did not get a fair trial. What trial, murder trial of this magnitude that you know is over in 8 days? 8. To the point they had court on a Saturday. This is a gross miscarriage of justice, and so many racist white people are clinging to it. And again, y'all don't even know that y'all are signing your own death warrants.
Let's go.
He just threatened an entire nation of white people. That black stallion's gonna be raping a lot of whites.
Lock his ass up. Guilty. Everybody knew it. It was an open and shut case. Thank you to all of the jurors. I feel so bad for the family to have to suffer through all of this stuff.
I don't feel bad for his family whatsoever. They got money off of this.
They had to watch and relive. Even if they left the courtroom, they're reading the news. They're stressed the out every single day. He's guilty. Lock his ass up and throw away the key.
I mean, am I surprised at all? No, because his attorneys failed him, period. So, you guys want me to do something? You better get a hold of Karmelo's motherfucking family, bro. Because in Texas, you actually can bring ineffective assistance of counsel claims and ask for a motion in new trial within 30 days after his sentencing. You normally can't do that in other states. That's apparently the procedure over there. And his family needs to contact me. And then I'll get an attorney in Texas and work with...
Well, why don't you just do that now? What's preventing you from just doing it now? Why do they gotta contact you? What, you gotta get their permission? You gotta get their permission? How are they gonna know who you are?
With that attorney. They need to fire their attorneys yesterday. His fight's just begun, man. So, you know, am I surprised? No. Not after I saw how this is going. 21 witnesses versus 6, and you don't even cross the 21? I'll leave that up to y'all. You better find Karmelo's family and tell them to get my DMs, man. Because he just got fucking railroaded. Shouldn't have been first degree under any circumstance. No evidence.
Karmelo Anthony.
That guy must be like a beginning lawyer and shit, and he wants to get some of that money. He's an ambulance chaser.
Threw away his life. This photo is heartbreaking to me. I don't know why he did what he did, but I have some ideas. Do I think that he specifically attacked Austin Metcalf because he's white? No. Do I think he left home that day with the idea that he was going to take the life of a white person? No. But
what do you mean no? Do I believe he would have went out there to kill a white person? No. Do I believe putting his hand in his bag and grabbing a knife and saying, touch me and see what happens? Yes. I think he wanted to act like a badass fucking gang member.
But I do think that he thought he'd get away with it, or at least get a slap on the wrist because he's black and the victim was white. And I definitely think that he learned these ideas in the home. And I think that became blatantly obvious when his parents hired a BLM lawyer and wanted to make this entire thing about race. They immediately started painting their son as the victim. So based on who his parents seemed to be, I absolutely believe that these are the ideas that he was taught by them. The reason I think that this is important to understand is because this is what teenagers and young adults have been taught through DEI and CRT, that black people are always the oppressed and white people are always the oppressors, even in the case where a black person takes the life of a white person. And we're seeing just how dangerous this ideology can be, because if you truly believe that you're going to get away with something because of the color of your skin, you run the risk of doing something where you throw your entire life away because it's a lie. When true justice still exists, the punishment will fit the crime no matter what you look like. And it's obviously dangerous to let your children believe otherwise.
Like, it's time to stop avoiding it. Let's start getting on jury duty. If you are old enough and you meet the requirements and you pass the background.
Oh shit, she wants to get on jury duty so she can start getting people off. Black man raped that girl over there. Not guilty.
Check. Apply for jury.
Black person raped or killed that girl over there. Not guilty.
Jury duty. Get on jury duty. They were able to do what they wanted to do with Karmelo Anthony's case because they had an all-white jury. All-white jury.
Still not
Just imagine if we take jury duty as serious as them white people do. Just imagine. Young black boys like Karmelo Anthony, they need us to take those type of things serious. Because them white folks going to make sure that they get justice for their folks and themselves, even if they are in the wrong. We have to take jury duty just as serious as them white people take jury duty. They cannot fire you, promote, or penalize you. Your job cannot fire you at all if you are on jury duty. Not to mention, they also pay you for the time that you're actually on jury duty. So, apply for jury duty.
So yesterday was the conclusion of the Karmelo Anthony trial. They found him guilty of murder and gave him 35 years. I seen that shit, I said, yeah, and the grass is green. Ever since this started a year ago and I seen the case, I said, buddy, it's cooked from day one. I was like, there's no way he beats this shit. As somebody who carries a gun every day, there's no way he beats this shit. Self-defense doesn't work like that. You can't stab somebody because they put their hands on you. You got to use equal force with equal force or it's going to be considered overkill. Yeah, buddy probably was scared shit. I mean, I feel bad for him. Like, he young. He probably halfway retired listening to the rappers that produced his old gangster music. His parents probably taught him to grow up to be scared and hate white people. He probably was scared. A big-ass white boy up on him like, nah, you need to get up out my tent, bro. But they ain't scared on me unless you can sit in front of 12 people and explain to them why your level of fear matches the level of force you use. And if you can't, you cook. You going up the road. I'm sorry. Ain't no ifs,
going up the road, he said.
Anybody who understands basic self-defense laws know that Karmelo Anthony was cooked from day one. And I'm glad Austin Metcalf's family got the justice they deserve. For Karmelo Anthony, he'll get out when he's 53 years old. At least he'll get out when he's 53 years old and can enjoy the rest of his life after that.
I don't care what y'all have to say. Karmelo Anthony deserved better. And the justice system failed him today and turned him into a statistic. This is a kangaroo court, man. This system really just wants to put black people into fucking jail. Because why were there no black people on that jury? Why were the opening statements way?
Man, I gotta say, dude, it is very amazing how you could just pinpoint the liberal people. I mean, regardless of how these people are thinking about it, it's like deep down, it's very aggravating having to listen to this squash, man. Fucking shame, dude.
Waived. Also, what the hell happened to self-defense and stand your ground?
He stabbed him. That's what happened.
Too quick to put the blame on Karmelo Anthony when y'all should be getting mad at the school system, the parents, the teachers, the whole 9 yards. That's who y'all should be really mad at. Why were these kids unsupervised? Why was there not an adult?
You know, when I was a kid, drank out of hoses, rode my bike around town, did my shit, didn't get stopped by the cops for riding my bike at the park. Rarely ever was home. Went to my buddy's place, watching him learn how to play guitar. Having a good old time.
Constantly watching them at all times. Why were there no wands, no metal detectors? This is 2020.
I didn't have metal detectors at my high school, or junior high, or elementary.
26 for crying out loud. Every damn school I know has a metal detector.
Because you got nothing but thugs. Nothing but retards.
Keep it real. I think Austin Metcalf was a punk. I think he was a thug. I think he instigated that whole shit along with his friends.
Austin Metcalf is dead, bruh. He's dead.
Y'all can roast me in the...
He can't say shit. And neither can anyone else that's died, like Skuritsky.
Comments for that. I do not give a damn. Because in my eyes, this is a clear...
And this is the same person when he gets his ass beat by a thug on the street, whether it be black or white or a crackhead or a needle pusher or a fentanyl user. He's going to be the first one saying, please donate to my GoFundMe and help me.
Case of self-defense when I see it. The system is quick to throw black people in jail, but is really quick to let a white boy out after essaying multiple women.
Who did the essaying? Come on, give the name.
Case of self-defense when I see it. The system is quick to throw black people in jail, but is really quick to let a white boy out after essaying multiple women. Brock Turner, Rena Bell. The system is quick to...
Brock Turner, I wonder who that is. Let's see. I don't know who Brock Turner is. If he did, then yeah, that dude should go to jail. It says here he was convicted of sexual assault following an incident on January 17, 2015, where the assaulted unconscious women behind the fraternity house. He was arrested after two bystanders interviewed and received him while he attempted to flee. Turner was found guilty on March 2016 on 3 felony counts, including assault with intent rape person, despite 14 years in prison. Oh, I see what he's talking about. He got 6 months in county and jail, 3 years of probation, citing Turner's lack of criminal history. I could get that. No, that dude, it should be overturned. That dude should go to jail for his 13 years. And the judge should be tried as well. So out of this whole rant, that's the only thing I will agree with him on.
To throw a black boy in jail, but will let an Asian man who owns a store walk away scot-free after unaliving a black kid in South Carolina. There is no justice in this system for black lives, and this is why.
Fuck you. You had me at the rape charge. You had me at the liquor store. But fuck you by trying to put black people on a pedestal that they're the fucking victims of the world.
The justice system needs to be eradicated fully.
I'm about to prove that you all are 100% brainwashed. If Austin Metcalf would have stabbed Karmelo Anthony and went to court, y'all would not be defending Austin.
That's right.
If Austin would have been found guilty, y'all would be all cheering for it. Yo, y'all are goofy, man. Y'all look at everything based on skin tone instead of what's right and what's wrong.
That's right.
That's the problem. When I talk about accountability, it's not me that's a problem. It's y'all, because
Bible says at the end of times, man, good's going to be evil and evil's going to be good.
Garrett, I'm 100% sure if it was the other way around, none of y'all will be defending Austin. And y'all will all be happy about the verdict today. Guarantee. There's no lies involved. It's not up for discussion. It's exactly what it is.
And somebody asked me if I'm going to go out there and if I'm going to go out there and protest. Hell no, I ain't going out there and protest. Hell no. Number one, I'm black. I don't want to be nowhere near the justice system. Right. I know once I get wrapped up, that's it for me. Hell no, I ain't going out there. Number two, protest for what? It's not going to change anything. We yell free him don't mean they going to free him. And number three, by going out there protesting, acting a fool, it just reinforces in their mind, and you know the day I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It just reinforces that we're animals. That's it. I'm not going out there.
Girl, we all animals. We all animals. All of us. I eat meat. You eat salad maybe or meat. But we all animals.
And neither should.
It's how we control the animal within. Every day. That's how it should be.
Neither should you. Let this be a lesson for you. Let this be a lesson for your children. Let this be a lesson for everybody to stay our ass out of the justice system.
And don't stab people.
I'll call y'all back.
So Karmelo Anthony was found guilty. Surprise, surprise. When you
oh, look at this rich, privileged black woman.
Look at the facts. Of course he's guilty. He was...
She had to get all glossy up so people would pay attention to her.
Always guilty, even from the beginning. You cannot stab someone because they push you. That is not a reasonable force to claim self-defense. But the problem is the black community refuses to see this, and instead we want to make up our own stories of what we say happened, that like people tried to jump him, that he was getting bullied. None of this has any evidence behind it, and the problem is we do not fact check or look at the evidence or just plain lay out the facts and make a conclusion. But no, we want to be emotional and we want to add all these details that are not part of the actual evidence. And if you look at the interviews from all of the witnesses, both black and white, they had similar stories that he sat under a team's tent that was not his team. First off, that's weird. And then when he's asked to leave, he refuses to leave. And he says, touch me and watch what's going to happen. And then he is...
I tell you, man, she had me all... This girl got me all fucked up. Oh, shit. All fucked up. I still can't trust a woman, though, that, you know, you wake up in the morning next to and they already got their makeup on. No, sir.
Is using this provocative language, and so was Austin Metcalf in response to him. But it doesn't show somebody who's in fear for their life, because you really could have just left, but instead you knew you had a knife, so then you invited this confrontation and escalated the situation. So once Austin Metcalf shoved him, he stabbed him in the heart. That's unreasonable. That's insane. If that was your child, you would be irate if your child got stabbed in the heart because he pushed someone. Teenagers, we're talking about high schoolers. This is not, at high school, the fights happen, but you don't stab somebody in the chest. Like, that's completely crazy. And
it's not actually crazy, because in this day and age, when I grew up, we didn't have none of this bullshit. We got into our fights. That's how we grew up. if you avoided the fight, you became the bitch as you grew up. But you would, if you left that area, then you could start fresh. But once you come back, they're gonna know you the bitch. But in Democrat-run areas, you got the knifings, you got the shootings, and every other little things, the hit and runs, the drive-bys. I grew up in Riverside, Mariloma, California, and we had gangs all around that area. But even the gang members knew what was up. Keep to yourself unless you have to do something.
And for the Black community to continue to act like this is okay, this is the problem in our community. This is why that our men are dying and their lives are being thrown away because of this thug-like culture mentality that you better respect me and or it could cost you your life. That's insane. That's really insane. We need to stop. And we need to hold each other accountable because this is crazy. And you need to stop seeing things like if it's black and white, then you just team with the black person and you don't look at any evidence or any facts. That's actually ridiculous.
White people need to understand that it's...
As a white person, I don't need to understand shit, you dumb cunt.
It's not that we don't think that other black people do anything wrong.
Uh-huh.
The problem is we want everybody to face the same consequences.
You want everyone to face the same consequences? You want me to pay reparations? And I ain't even owned a slave. California said they were going to pay reparations and even voted it in that they were going to pay reparations. And it was a state that never had slaves.
So Karmelo Anthony being found guilty of murder is insane. It's insane. Because if two big black boys rolled up on Austin and he stabbed them after he was assaulted, it wouldn't be the same conversation.
Sure it would.
It wouldn't be the same conversation. And then to say that Karmelo was the aggressor, he was the aggressor and he was sitting down minding his own damn business and they rolled up on him. I don't even understand how that could possibly make sense. And then the thing that kills me the most is that every time some shit happens with black people, it's like the white people always act like they're so afraid of black people. They always fear for their life.
I will reiterate as a white man, I ain't scared of no black man. I ain't scared of none of them, dude. If I was scared of anyone, it would be a fucking Muslim. That's why I don't get on planes. My first time to get on a plane was during 9/11. And it happened 5 hours before I was to get on that plane. I came downstairs and I saw my girl and my friends sitting in front of the TV watching MTV, and I thought they were watching a movie when the first words, I fucking maybe 3 to 4 minutes being awake, and there was two people jumping out of Twin Towers holding hands. And I was like, that's a fucked movie right there. And they're like, oh, that shit's real. Besides, man, they crazy.
We're so aggressive. We're just so threatening. Yet y'all don't ever leave us alone. Why are you always running towards something that you're so scared of?
Hey, calm down. Calm down. If we don't let you in our spaces, then you call us racists. Call us bigots, crackers, and every other little word you could think of. Calm down. You a black woman, right? Why your hair so straight? Appropriation.
If y'all so scared of black people, oh my God, black people.
Oh my God.
They're gonna rob me, they're gonna shoot me, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna rape me, they're gonna... Like, why the y'all don't ever leave us alone?
I leave you alone. It just so happens that, you're on this video clip.
You can't go nowhere without a white person all up in your goddamn business trying to tell you where to go, where to be, what you need to do, how you ain't allowed
Hey man, Kamala Harris said that you guys couldn't vote. Didn't know where Kinko's was.
to do this, how you ain't allowed to do that. Like, why?
She is an Indian woman that owns slaves in her family tree. And y'all said she was black.
Y'all don't leave us alone if y'all so goddamn scared of black people? That don't make no damn sense. Y'all not scared. Y'all hate us because y'all jealous of us. Y'all have a whole bunch of other shit y'all dealing with that y'all take out on us.
So, folks, there you have it. I predicted this last year. I told you I did so many videos letting y'all know that he was going to jail.
Yeah.
And he was guilty. Y'all in my comments cussing me out, calling me all kinds of names. You know what I'm saying?
Really takes all kinds, yeah?
Woo, just being racist. I'm talking about you. Yeah. What you got to say now? I told you he was guilty. Now the court done told you he guilty. Do you believe that he guilty now? I mean, what is it going to take? What is it going to take? But let this also serve as a warning to the youth, okay?
Yeah.
There will be consequences for your action, okay? If you want to fuck around, you're going to keep finding out. Okay?
I promise you this, though. If another Democrat takes the presidential office, it's going to be just like Barack Obama. There are going to be no consequences.
Okay? All right? Keep your emotions to yourself. Ain't no need of riding. Ain't no need of burning nothing down, hun. It's no need for all that, okay? All right?
One thing I'll say about Texas at this point, you try to burn Texas, that area down, there's going to be one hell of a fight.
He guilty. All right?
Guilty.
Like I said.
Regardless of how you feel about this trial, Mike Howard, the defense attorney for Karmelo Anthony, straight trash.
You notice there's only been like maybe 2 white people on this whole thing. Man, I tell you.
Like, if you ain't want him to win, bro, just like say that, because you absolutely put up no defense for this man. You ain't even prepare for character witnesses for sentencing. Like, and my understanding is they paid you, right? Like, GoFundMe money. You ain't no personal or public defender. So, like, I don't even understand what was happening there when it comes to that portion of the trial, because you absolutely did nothing to help your client. Again, verdict aside, you're straight trash and no one should ever hire you.
So Karmelo Anthony was just found guilty of murder, in the murder of Austin Metcalf. Now, if you have a problem with that ruling, I really don't care, because that is the correct ruling. This kid took a knife to a high school event and unalived another kid because he told him to move and supposedly put his hands on him. The eyewitness testimony doesn't even corroborate that. And the fact of the matter is, for those of you now trying to make this about race, this is a corrupt American justice. No, this was murder, pure and simple. That's all that this was. This is the correct ruling, and we do not need to turn this into some sort of race riot. We do not need to turn this into some sort of big grandstand and hoopla over the fact that somebody made a decision that was bad and that was a terrible decision to make. That is what Karmelo Anthony did when he decided to bring a knife to an event and get under a tent that he wasn't supposed to be under. And then when he was asked to move, he didn't move. And then he said, if you touch me, something's going to happen to you. That's it. I'm not going to say he went there necessarily with the intention to harm, but guess what? You took the life of somebody when you literally didn't have to do that. That's what happened. I don't want to hear anything. All of y'all are going to be in the comments saying, oh, this is racist. This, that. No, it is not. None of this crap happens if you don't stab this man in the chest with a knife. Period, point blank, end of story. You did.
Karmelo Anthony went out like a coward. And I said this right after the police report was released after the incident happened. And so many of my own people was outraged with me, calling me all kind of things, so-called ostracizing me out the black community. Right? So now here come all the facts come out in court and he get convicted because based on the evidence, he did do what they said he did.
Yeah.
But to my surprise, not really. Y'all niggas out here outraged and taking it to the point to where if somebody don't agree with you, you gonna bully them.
Yeah.
Into being on a unified front with you that this was a so-called Jim Crow legal lynching. Man, y'all gotta cut. The boy was guilty of what he was alleged of doing. It was clear and obvious from the evidence. It didn't have no racial bias into it when it come to the facts of the matter. The witnesses that got up there was not a bunch of white people. They minors, clearly, so they cannot tell everybody names. But the reporters that was there said this as a fact. I thought...
Yeah, but there's a problem with that, considering the fact that, you know, they are minors, but I would expect them not to give the names even if they were adults. And the reason is because you're going to have the black community trying to end the lives of the people that were witnesses of this whole thing. So, yeah. Got to protect that witness list.
They was going to make an example out of him. So he only get 35 years. And yes, I said only get 35 years because it is young boys who made similar offenses all over this country who done got way more time for that. With way less effort.
Dude, they got white kids serving life sentences in prison for killing people. White kids.
Evidence too. Let's keep this a buck. So I understand the whole justice
Karmelo Anthony is not a Martin Luther King
system issue. But this one right here, that ain't
or
that.
Ray Charles.
But it's disrespectful that y'all get out here and antagonize people for not rallying behind this cause when we out here looking for y'all. It's several people who can use help in whatever their initiative is to help. There's real issues in the black community, but y'all don't got no energy for them. Gotta beg you niggas to politically activate. Get studious to what's going on. Study your history and know your genealogy. Nigga, worry about your family. We gotta fight with you to do that there. But behind Karmelo Anthony, we supposed to be up and on. Man, you don't see the hypocrisy, bro? Y'all talking like everybody's scared to have a different opinion. Man, the boy was wrong, because if it was my son that got stabbed, I want his ass gone. What is he talking about? But then we supposed to sit here and celebrate and hope he get out. You know how that make us look, bro? That look crazy, bro.
That's right.
And I don't care how you feel about that. The facts is the facts. And if you got so much energy for this, everybody done turned to Johnny Cochran online behind this case. But boy, when it's time to go do some real crickets.
That's right.
But then y'all talking about what white folks supposed to do with us. Damn, they got to call the meeting and organize what we need to do too. You don't see how weak that sound. Hey, and that is what it is. And I stand behind everything that I say because somebody got to tell the truth, because that's what real love is. Take it how you want to.
And there you have it, Tater. So what do you think? Which part did you like? Who did you look at side-eyed and were like, are you serious? There's a lot of lies going on. I don't like the word.
Yeah, so this was brought to you by the Treehouse News. She is a black woman and one hell of a good channel. You guys should check her out. Next up is going to be Kamala, or Metcalf's dad. All right.
Small town whispers hit the evening news. Everybody shouting different truths. Courtroom lights and the cameras roll. Another headline taking its toll. Social media pouring gasoline. Every comment louder than it seems. One bad moment, one reckless choice. Now 1 million strangers found a voice. Now the nicknames flying through the county air. Everybody acting like they were there. Screens keep glowing till the morning sun, turning real life into another rerun. They call him Watermelon Felon. Echo through America, P. Diddy meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crowned another watermelon felon. Truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into 1 million telling. Welcome to the age of Watermelon Felon. Talk show spinning every side. 30-second clips where the context dies. Neighbors picking teams online, drawing battle lines they can't divine. Every share throws fuel on the flame. Every joke turns sorrow into fame. One family grieving, another in pain, while strangers profit from the blame. Screens keep glowing till the morning sun, turning real life into another rerun. They call him Watermelon Felon. Echo through America, P. Diddy meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crown another watermelon felon. Truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into a million telling. Welcome to the age of watermelon felon. No filter left, no joke, no trend, just a broken story that may never mend. Behind every headline, behind every name, lives are changed while the world plays games. The crowd moves on when the next thing comes, leaving echoes louder than the drums. Maybe teach the next generation right before another spark becomes the fight. They call him Watermelon Felon. Echo through America, P. Diddy meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crown another watermelon felon. Truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into a million telling. Welcome to the age of watermelon felon.
All right. Just a little music I put together with Suno. Alright, this is the dad that apparently was told to shut the fuck up the entire time. And from what I understand, he's no longer going to shut up anymore. He's going to say every single thing that he wants to say. And there is no more gag order on this guy.
So, starting from the beginning, April 2nd, I received a phone call from Coach Jackson and said, Jeff, all I know is Austin has been stabbed. I asked him where. He said Kirkendall Stadium. I immediately hung up the phone and I made it there in about 4.5 minutes. When I arrived, it was pretty chaotic. A lot of police cars, a lot of people. I ran through probably 10 different officers who tried to stop me. When I did reach the track, the scene that I saw was my son, Austin, and they had a C machine on it, which actually it automatically pumps on your chest. But when I saw him, I knew he was gone. I prayed for a miracle. And as soon as that happened, I asked the ambulance, the EMTs, what hospital they were taking him to. And once they instructed me where they were going, I directed my attention to finding Hunter. And they said he was taken to the locker room in the field house. So I proceeded to go run over there. And I found Hunter, who was uncontrollably out of control, bawling, emotional wreck.
Yeah.
So I have to try to gather him and maintain myself. And all we do is we pray. And I tell him, let's go. I'm taking you to the hospital. You're riding with me. And we get in the car and we're praying. Because I am praying for a miracle at this point, because I know my son was gone. But we get to the hospital. We get in the room. I have to make the phone call to his mom when we were driving to inform her to meet us at the hospital. By this time, the word's getting out to certain family members. Certain people are showing up at the hospital. Takes probably, I'd say, a good 10 minutes before the doctors come in. I knew what was fixing to be said. I knew by the look on their face that Austin had passed away. And they confirmed that. That very second, Hunter spun out of control. And it took 5 officers to get him under control. We had to admit him and get him sedated. And then at that point, they wouldn't allow us to see our son because now it is a crime scene. So they have to process the body. So for over 2 hours, we can't even see Austin. And by this time, a huge crowd of students, parents, friends is overflowing this hospital. It is so touching and so moving, and we're all so distraught over the news of Austin's passing. That moment, I became totally numb and went into what I call survival function mode. I had to find and buy burial plots, funeral homes, arrangements, so many things that had to be done. And I needed to stay focused. That very first night, our church held an impromptu vigil. Our church holds 1,500 people at Hope Fellowship. It was overflowing. There was over 1,700 people that showed up that night. Very touching. An outpouring from the community, friends, family, even people who didn't know us showed up in support. And I spoke that night about who Austin was. He was a leader, on and off the field. He touched people's hearts in ways others couldn't. He was loved by so many, and so many loved him.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be longer. I thought it was a 3-hour thing. Minimize. Oh, it's only 5 minutes. 5 minutes long. This is a different one.
Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can.
What's this? 12 seconds?
Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you?
There you go.
Y'all can let me.
What's the response? Jeff Becker, his own words, calls Karmelo Anthony watermelon felon. And America would like to make us believe he didn't raise his son to be a bigot. And that wasn't about race. If this was the father of father's pastor, I can only imagine what installed in his son. Oh, whatever. Get over yourself.
All right, y'all, we are live in front of the Collin County Courthouse, day 3 of the Karmelo Anthony trial. Right now, we are on a 45-minute recess. I got in the courtroom. I am in the courtroom on the second row. I can see the family. I can see the defense. I can see the government. I can see everything. I am going to go live a little bit later tonight, so make sure you tune in into my YouTube. But right now, let me give you some facts of the case, okay? Fact number 1, this is a first-degree murder case. Fact number 2, Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf had no previous relationship. So I know there's rumors on social media that maybe the twins were bullying Karmelo. According to the opening statements on the behalf of the government, they had no previous encounters. They didn't know each other. Fact number 3, Centennial High School, the day of the fatal event, they did not have a tent. Centennial High School did not have a tent. Memorial had a tent, but not Centennial High School. Fact number 4, Karmelo Anthony, according to the defense, knew someone under the tent and went under the tent to talk to his friend. Fact number 5, Austin Metcalf. Many of you are saying, why would Austin approach Karmelo? That morning of the track meet, Austin Metcalf received a text from his coach asking him to step up and be a leader for the team and to help at the track event. So now we've got that fact out of the way. So yes, Austin received a text from his coach to step up as a leader on the team. Fact number 5, Hunter and Austin Metcalf approached Karmelo Anthony and stood over him, according to the defense. Fact number 5, there was a 100-pound difference between Karmelo Anthony, fact number 6, there was a 100-pound difference between Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Karmelo weighed 130 pounds. It is believed, according to the defense, and he gave out the, Austin weighed 225, 230. Okay, so there was a 100-pound difference. Those are the facts of the case. I will see you a little bit later for a deep dive.
There you go. Well, what's this one?
Is beating me, like on top of me and beating me down. I'm not limited to fist. You know, I would argue that even the only time we go into things like people's hands being considered deadly weapons is typically like if they're a professional boxer or that kind of stuff. But I think by the time you start getting to like football player, good argument. Good freaking argument. We're not talking about like the golfers. We're not talking about
football players. We're talking about a track meet. That means people running down a track. You know, they're joggers. That's it.
About football players, right? Like this is what they are trained to do, is to inflict like serious physical contact. And it's
let me see. Granted at West Point, went to Harvard School, deployed. Let's see. Would this make it self-defense? Asking for a friend. I don't know. I'm gonna live my life.
I want to say this to the Metcalf parents. If I have said anything that hurt you, I ask for your forgiveness. Forgive me. I was in my feelings, I was in my emotions, and I was in my own ideology at that moment. And with that being said, I want to talk to the father, not the mother. When I look at this situation, the absence of the mother in front of the camera lets me know that's a grieving mother. And I want to tell you, Mr. Metcalf, I have no quarrels with you, sir. I initially agreed with you, as I do still agree with you. I did my best. I did my best. I heard you say it, and I made a call without hearing you say it. This is not about race. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to hate. And I'm telling black people, nobody have a right to be mad at you. You don't have a right to be mad at those parents. If we take us out of it and put those 2 kids back of it because we lost 2 children, we're arguing. We brought race into it. Black people introduced it. White people accepted it. From start to now, I've been trying to reject it. Why? It takes the focus off both children.
Got a point. You guys brought race into it.
Charleston White, you look like a fucking crackhead. Even though you got money, you're the only smart person around. Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo.
And I agree with that too.
Charleston White, I said this was never about race. Please Don't make it about race and don't politicize it. And what did you do? You chose both. The race card, black fatigue, it's real. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
sure is. Just like
You have embarrassed your own culture and race. Don't get me wrong, we got white people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that shit.
a patent.
And the only people that's going to change it
is you.
Are you. Don't blame the white person because we can't change it.
Yeah.
But you're going to blame the white person for every fucking thing else. We're the bad ones. We're the one that held you down. Guess what? You can do everything in America that I can do.
That's right.
Tell me one thing you can't do that I can't do. Don't get me wrong.
Go to Kinko's. Get a driver's license. Know how to vote.
We got white people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that shit. And the only people that's going to change it are you. Don't blame the white person because we can't change it. But you're going to blame the white person for every fucking thing else. Right. We're the bad ones. We're the one that held you down. Guess what? You can do everything in America that I can do. Tell me one thing you can't do that I can't do. We all have equal rights. What's it say? All men are created equal.
Until they listen to Democrats. He shaved his head. Who is this? Victor Snake. My son Karmelo didn't intend to hurt that boy as he was plunging his knife into Metcalf's chest and will continue to fight for Karmelo's mom. Texas Department of Criminal Justice released Karmelo's booking photo as he entered Texas prison. Now, overheard prison barber, do you want to keep your hair? Karmelo said, yes, please. Barber, yo, Billy, Joe, get a bag, then a lot of lighter. A lot of laughter. Some random kid. White people on Karmelo Anthony. He didn't kill anyone, though. I don't know why this dude's being brought back up. He did not kill no one. He injured the fuck out of them. Let me see. We got an interview with Sarah Fields. A video's going viral.
Mellow, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. The race card, black fatigue, it's real. I'm sorry. He's the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture. I got a new name for Mellow, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you for the boys?
Watermelon Felon. You know, if he didn't want to go this way, he shouldn't have done the killing. What's this one?
Wanted Karmelo Anthony to go down. The whole
Oh shit! Yeah, this is that race baiter.
White town wanted Karmelo Anthony to go down. It's just like Attorney Dennis Sperling said in an earlier episode that aired here on Willie D Live today, is that these people all know each other. They go to church together. They hang out together.
Hey man, did you hear it? Did you hear that fire alarm? He doesn't know how to put a battery in a fire alarm. Hold on. Let's see if we can hear it again.
Together. They hang out together. They attend the same university schools. They at the same cookouts. They oftentimes are family. They know each other, and they don't want to be the one to let the black guy off the hook for killing the white boy. They don't want to let the black boy off the hook for killing the white boy. So all of them are tied in to making sure, and they're all dedicated. They were all dedicated to making sure Karmelo Anthony was found guilty. All of them, even the guy that was supposed to be on Carmelo's side, they all were resigned to seeing Karmelo Anthony be found guilty.
Well, rapper Willie D, maybe you should pay for a new lawyer for him.
That jury knew they knew what they wanted to do before they were even selected. As soon as it happened, they were already saying to themselves while they was watching the story and hearing about the story, you think they were standing around talking about that story when it happened? Ooh, I'd love to be on the jury. But they put me on the jury. They put me on the jury. I already know how I'm voting. They don't have to see no evidence. That's one thing that I disagree with when people say, like, hey, man, but the law say this and the law. These people don't give a damn about no law. They don't follow the damn.
Hey, the law says don't stab people. I don't stab people. Therefore, I don't have to go and get a jury.
Law, every now and then they might go in and make an intelligent, come up with an intelligent argument for a verdict, and that's it. Every now and then they may actually read the evidence, really seriously review the evidence, and come up with a verdict, right? Based on some serious thought, right? Thought, research, discussions. But normally, these people just they give the decision that they want to give based on their own implicit biases.
Well, the problem is, dude, it was an open and shut case. It's on body cam, dude, where he said he killed the boy. The only problem is why did it happen and how guilty is he?
Based on their own implicit biases, they decide whether you're going to be innocent or guilty. That evidence don't mean jack. That evidence don't mean nothing to them, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's stretching it, man. He's stretching. Look at this. Look at this. Breaking. Karmelo Anthony's family is now forcing him to file paperwork claiming he is penniless, destitute, and indigent in an effort to obtain a free appellate lawyer despite moving into a $900,000 home and purchasing a $150,000 car after raising over $600,000. I tell you. What is this? Shoots and kills a black student, leads police on a car chase, foot pursuit, sentenced to 4 years, served 2. 2025, Karmelo. Well, if this right here, this top one is true, they should have thrown the book at the white kid as well. Let me see. Austin Metcalf's twin brothers stood motionless, staring into the camera during an entire press conference tonight. I vote we give him 5 minutes alone in a cell with Karmelo Anthony. Now, truthfully, though, I really hope it doesn't turn them off against blacks, because they're not all that bad. You can't pick a race. You can only pick the person that did it. That person does not represent the entire race.
Intend to hurt. My son didn't intend to hurt
Shouldn't have picked up the knife, lady.
Anyone. My son was defending himself.
It took less than 3 hours for a jury to reject 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony's claims of self-defense in the stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Prosecutors argued Anthony intentionally killed Metcalf after being taunted and shoved by Metcalf and his teammates at a high school track meet. Take us inside that courtroom. What stuck out to you?
What stuck out to me, number one, was the all-white jury. But I was trying to be, you know, like, all right, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, the truth is on our side.
Truth is on your side. Your son killed somebody.
My son.
What was he supposed to get? A year? 2 months? I mean, the dad tried to play nice, and y'all told him to get the fuck on. I guess you know, $600,000, $150,000 house or a car, a $900,000 house, and he couldn't afford a haircut. What does this one say? This helps us understand why his son were bullies. The good man brings good things out of the good treasure of his heart, and the evil man brings evil things out of the evil treasure of his heart, for out of the overflow of the heart the mouth speaks. Luke 6:4.
One was the all-white jury, but I was trying to be.
That's just a gif. Let's see. A white jury in Texas versus a black kid who was jumped on video. If Karmelo Anthony was jumped on video, I'm pretty sure it would have shown it. Breaking, Karmelo Anthony has been sentenced to 35 years in prison, murdering Austin Metcalf.
I came out here since you over here want to call this boy a murderer, then we're gonna take the covers off you.
The covers?
Ain't no way in hell that you need to be a damn DA with this foolishness. Did you know? Hold this, please. I got you. That there is a 75-page federal lawsuit for sexual harassment of the DA that was saying that Karmelo Anthony is a murderer, where you need to be a registered sex offender, sucker. Let me read.
You see that? That's so... She's all... Oh, shit, dude. The clowns of the nation, dude. Clowns of the nation.
Oh, so you thought y'all was the only one that could go in PACES. And let me explain to you what PACES is. PACES is the database for federal lawsuits. See, we have a research team, baby, that's colder than the media. So let me go ahead and read a little bit of it.
Oh, fucking fingernails on that one.
And show you how disgusting this joke is.
It's serious.
Oh, can you read? Read, man. The clip's almost over.
After Jane Doe 1 refused defendant Willis. Ain't that...
Who's Jane Doe? Who is it?
His name, Greg Willis? Oh, okay. Advances at the Galveston TDCAA conference, he treated her quite differently in the workplace. He began demeaning and berating her. In one closed-door meeting, he told her, "You think like a child, and I would treat you like a child." Defendant Willis likely appreciated the gender slurring that is implicit in a male supervisor telling a female employee that she thinks like a child. Oh, wait a minute, it gets better. Hold on.
You're almost over.
More than once, she tried to break free, but he held her tighter. These physical encounters were unwanted and sexual in nature. Jane Doe 1 eventually put in for
Again, who is Jane Doe? Tell me who Jane Doe is.
a position in the Victim Assistance Division and got it in December 2020. This role put her under the supervision of Chief Prickle. With moaning continued. The most recent of the sexualized hugs back in April 2022. We got a damn freak for the DA, but you want to talk about Karmelo Anthony? No, we're gonna talk about you because
Karmelo Anthony stabbed somebody, and you said you hadn't give me a name of the person that accused this other person of doing it. And if it happened in 2020, it can't be real because that motherfucker should be in jail. Let's see. Hey, my brother and sister lawyers.
Bases for appeal in the conviction yesterday.
It's just one of those fucking ambulance chasers. What we got?
From Collins County Courthouse. I am here covering the Karmelo Anthony trial, and I was inside the courtroom when we just watched the surveillance footage of the incident take place. I was able to see Karmelo Anthony enter into the stadium. It showed the victim and his brother enter into the stadium. It showed the tent that they were under and so much more. They also did opening statements before we started to see any type of footage or anything like that. Opening statements was 20 minutes for each side. The defense took 20 minutes. The prosecution took 20 minutes. And when they gave their opening statements, there was a stark contrast on both sides. So first and foremost, the defense went up and the prosecution went up first, and his co-counsel did the opening statements where he painted Karmelo Anthony as a senseless murderer. You know, he said that Karmelo Anthony provoked the victim into putting his hands on him. So he's saying that, the victim in a case, he provoked him because he didn't leave when they told him to. So basically, they told him to leave, and he didn't leave, and he told him that they better not touch him or whatever, or watch what happens if you touch me. That's provoking them to put their hands on him. So then once they put the hands on him, then he used his weapon. He grabbed in his bag, used his weapon, and the whole incident happened in a matter of 4 minutes. So the victim and his brother entered into the tent 2 minutes prior to Karmelo Anthony entering in the tent. The defense said that he didn't enter the tent because he wasn't supposed to be there, as far as like the way that they're trying to shape it, but he entered into the tent because he recognized one of his friends. He went to say hello to one of his friends, and he went to go sit down. As soon as he went to go sit down, it is being alleged that the twins came up to him and told him, "You got to go. You got to get up out of here." And he told them, no, he's not leaving. He's not getting up out of there at all. Now, that's what's happening on the inside of the courtroom. You guys know I took a lot of notes. I'm going to be giving you guys a very detailed breakdown. I tried to jot down as much as I can.
Nah. Boo. Y'all, MF trying to say he proved them is dumb. Those words always being taken. Whites want to change it up. Doesn't really look like anything special going on. Nothing new. Alright, well, it looks like that's my coverage on this whole thing. It's a done deal. Nothing much.
accountability. We are grateful to this jury, and we are grateful that the good citizens of Collin County had an opportunity to weigh in on this case. I'm proud of the exceptional work of Bill Werski and our team of prosecutors, DA investigators, and victim advocates, and all the good and outstanding men and women of the Collin County District Attorney's Office. We thank all the parents and their brave kids who did the right thing. Despite the trauma of witnessing the senseless murder at a school track meet, they cooperated fully and testified truthfully. Their courage was essential to securing justice in this case. I'm especially honored to be joined here today by Jeff and Megan Metcalf and their son Hunter. Their strength and grace through this has been their strength and grace throughout this unimaginable journey has been inspiring. They won't be taking questions at this time, but their presence here speaks volumes about their commitment to seeking justice for Austin.
Well, there you go. There you go. And I will end with this, and y'all have fun.
Fair. Small town whispers hit the evening news. Everybody shouting different truths. Courtroom lights and the cameras roll. Another headline taking its toll. Social media pouring gasoline. Every comment louder than it seems. One bad moment, one reckless choice. Now a million strangers found a voice. Now the nicknames flying through the county air. Everybody acting like they were there. Screens keep glowing till the morning sun, turning real life into another rerun. They call him Watermelon Felon. Echo through America, P. Diddy meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crowned another watermelon felon. Truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into a million telling. Welcome to the age of Watermelon Felon. Talk show spinning every side. 30-second clips where the context dies. Neighbors picking teams online, drawing battle lines they can't define. Every share throws fuel on the flame. Every joke turns sorrow into fame. One family grieving, another in pain, while strangers profit from the blame. Screens keep glowing till the morning sun, turning real life into another rerun. They call him Watermelon Felon. Echo through America, P. Diddy meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an opinion, they can sell them. Internet crown another Watermelon Felon. Truth gets buried underneath the yelling. Every feed just keeps on swelling. One spark turns into a million telling. Welcome to the age of Watermelon Felon. No filter left, no joke, no trend. Just a broken story that may never mend. Behind every headline, behind every name, lives are changed while the world plays games. The crowd moves on when the next thing comes, leaving echoes louder than the drums. Maybe teach the next generation right before another spark becomes the fight. They call him Watermelon Felon. Echo through America, P. Diddy meme pages laughing while the comments gather up. Everybody's got an